Okay, today we're going to do Unit 3, Notes number 8, which is graphing sequences. So our previous notes, we identified different types of sequences. Today we're going to talk about graphing them. So the first thing we want to look at whenever we're looking at our graph in our table is we're going to have to identify the sequence type and the function type. The sequence type you can identify just from the table. The function type, you can either use the table or you can use the graph. So if we look at our table, we see that we have a sub n up here. So x is our n and a sub n is our y. If we have a sub n, that a means that it's arithmetic. If it is arithmetic, it will always be linear, and we can actually see that on the graph too. So we're going to now go to graphing. So our x value is our n. So we're going to label our x-axis as n, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be super important that you write these correctly and that your labels are on your graph. A sub n is going to be on the side. And we are going to look at our numbers. So we have 6, 9, 12, and 15. So we have to think, okay, what is a number I can go up by? You cannot just put 6, 9, 12, 15 onto your graph because you have to go up by the same number. Well, they went up by 3, so we're going to start with 3 and go up. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And then we're going to go and we're going to plot our points. So we have 115. We have 212. 3, 9. And 4, 6. So I can clearly tell that they're a straight line and that they are just points. You will never connect your dots on a sequence. Just because it is not a continuous set of points, we just get a set of points. Okay, example 2, we're going to look at our table again. This one has a G sub n. So since it's a G sub n, this is going to be geometric. Now, geometric is always going to be an exponential function, and we'll be able to see that on the graph. Okay, now we're going to go and label our graph. So we have our x values, which are our n's, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So n, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our y's, we're going to have g sub n and those and our other numbers. Now, these ones we're going 1, 3, 9, 27. So you gotta have to think, what can I go up by that's the same amount to hit all those numbers? You cannot just put 1, 3, 9, 27 under your graph. So we want to go up. 3 would be a good number to go up by. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Okay, and then we're going to plot our points. So 1, 1 is going to be the only one that's not on an intersection. And then you're going to have 2, 3, 3, 9, and 4, 27. So 4, 27 is going to be way up here. And again, we're not going to connect our points because it's just a sequence. And we don't know if it's continuous or not. Okay, let's go on to the next page, which we're going to do the same thing. So the first one is geometric, because it's G sub n. If it's geometric, remember it's exponential, and we can see that from the graph if you can't remember that. Because exponential has that slight curve, while linear has the straight line. Okay, so we're going to do our n, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our G sub n. Now our G sub n, we have 16, 4, 16, 8, 4, and 2. So a good number to go up on this one would be 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, then plot these. So I have 116, 2, 8, 3, 4, and 4, 2. So if you're going to look at this, just verify that it's exponential. It has this slight curve to it. And so remember, we don't draw a line, so it's just a slight curve. So that's how I know it's exponential. Okay, going down to the next one. So we can look at our table. We have A sub n, so this is arithmetic. If it's arithmetic, you remember our function is linear, and we can also look at the graph for this. So our n is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our A sub n, if we look on this, we go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40. So we can probably just go up by 10s and be safe. If you wanted to go up by 5s, that would also be perfectly fine. You're still going to hit all your points. Okay, now I'm going to go all the way up. So we have 110, 220, 330, and 440. So if you can see, they're a straight line for those 4 points. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on graphing. Let's go down to the bottom. So we're going to determine if it is linear, quadratic, or exponential. So if you remember, linear, you just have an x, quadratic is x squared, and then exponential, you have 2 to the x. If it is none, we would have x to the third, or 1 over x, or your x and your y will be right next to each other. So the first one, we have an x, but if you were to multiply these, you would get 7x squared. You have a square, it's quadratic. Next one, you just have an x that has an exponent of 1, so this would be linear. Next one, you have an x and a y right next to each other, so this would be none, because your x would be in your denominator. And same with this one, our x is in our denominator, so this would also be none. Next one, our x is our exponent, so this would be exponential. Okay, next line. So this first one, we have x squared times 2x, so this would give you 2x cubed. Since it's cubed, it's not quadratic, so this would be none. This one, you just have an x, so this would be linear. This next one, your x is an exponent, so this would be exponential. And the last one, you would have to multiply your x's to get 4x squared, and this would be quadratic. So be careful with some of those where you have to multiply. Okay, and that is it. Let me know if you guys have any questions over the notes, and you guys are good to get started on the homework.